What is happening? Welcome to another pitcher video breakdown. My name is Nick Pollack, founder of Pitcher List, and we are going to talk about Dylan Cease. Man, Dylan Cease was so good yesterday. 10 strikeouts against the Orioles, had 29 just whiffs, not even CSW, which was also amazing. That's called strikes plus whiffs. As Cease did two things incredibly well. He placed his slider down and into lefties and away from righties, and he elevated four-seamers a ton. His changeup and curveball were fine, but really with Dylan Cease, we haven't seen consistent command across any of his pitches in previous seasons. And now he started with the slider in previous starts, and this one we saw that four-seamer go up a ton. Really, really exciting. And we're going to talk about it today. We're going to get a lot of whiffs, I'm sure, in this. We're talking about the sixth inning with Dylan Cease, and let's get to it. So first batter here against Santander. And I imagine the approach is fastball, 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 and then slider after. This is actually a changeup at 78. And I do want to mention really quickly, I love the Chicago White Sox broadcast. Jason Benetti and Stone are amazing. And look at this. This is cool. They actually give you the pitch type inside of it. So that's awesome. This first pitch is kind of a mistake. He got a little bit lucky. Just happened to end on the edge of the plate. He's trying to just get it over here, and he's happy that it just got back enough. That's kind of the situation of Cease's changeup, but whatever. You got to call it strike. That's pretty cool. 0-1. You can play with that with a fastball up now. Tries to do that. He pulls it a little too far down. This is actually the sweet spot. I mean, if I'm Santander, I'm upset that I'm not launching this heater. Because think about it this way, lefties, this is like the danger zone. And he just got beat on that. And that tells me, if I'm Cease, like, he just got beat on a fastball in the place that he wants a fastball. I can throw it up here now and I can win. I could also throw a slider that goes over here now, thinking that it's that fastball he just got beat on. I mean, the world is his oyster if he's able to hit this pitch consistently, right? I mean, Cease can do that slider. You can do a fastball. What are you doing here? He goes up with it, and the fact that this one is up and away, as opposed to anywhere else, like closer, is why Cease didn't strike out Santander. He didn't, it wasn't for lack of swinging. He tried to, but this gives him more time to catch up to the pitch. When you see that fastball, I want to reiterate this point. When you see that fastball up in the zone, you actually want to see it closer inside than you do away. You want to see away down. But if you want to see it up, you want to see it inside or middle. Essentially, away gives more time for the bat to catch up to the ball. And that's going to allow them to make contact like you just saw with Santander. If it's closer inside, even middle and up, that's actually going to induce a swing more often. And it's going to induce a whiff more often as well. So he missed on that one a little bit. And that allowed Santander to get another swing. I would throw a slider now. Oh, it's a curveball, and that's actually not a good pitch at all. 0-2. This is what I was getting at in the beginning. Changeup, curveball command, not so great. And this curveball is supposed to land down here, which is actually really good sequencing. I like that, going up with the curveball. Sorry, with the fastball and then following down with the curveball. But this, I mean, that's incredibly hittable, middle of the plate. Even if Santander was expecting a fastball, this is an easy place to adjust his bat with. I agree with you. Yeah, every single broadcast should have this information. All right. So we're going to go to the next pitch here now. Man on first, nobody out. Generally, the thought process is he's going to start with a fastball here or a slider down and away. And he throws a four-seamer up. That's slapped to right field. Okay, so this kind of is the same point we were making last time with Santander. Throwing heaters up and away generally gives more opportunity for batters to catch up to it. And in this one, you see that Franco was late as he pushes it to right field, but he did a good job going the other way with it, going with the pitch. This, yes, is out of the zone, but the fact that it's away gave Franco an opportunity to push it to right field, but generally you don't see a hit off of that. To be honest, it's, first pitch fastball, it's a little bit out of the zone. You got to swing. That's not so bad. It's just, if that's down or if it's a little bit farther inside, it likely doesn't result in that hit. So now first and second, nobody out. This is actually a problem here for Cease. Now, the rule of thumb is you see a man on second, first pitch you get when you have a guy in scoring position is not a heater. But this is Freddie Galvis, and you can jam him up and in all day with fastballs. We'll see what they do. So they go with a changeup, 76. And I got to say, 76 on that changeup is so good. That's such a huge 20-mile-per-hour gap between his four-seamer and his changeup. And the fact that this pitch landed up and away, which means that this pitch was never a strike. You know, changeups, they drop down and they fade away. And the fact that Galvis is swinging at this just kind of shows how much he wanted to swing at a fastball in this situation. He got a changeup and he still couldn't resist. Man, that's something else. I mean, I love the fact that it's so slow. Missing the command again. Still got the whiff. Interesting stuff. So now you see that he's swinging out of his shoes for a fastball. I'm not giving him a fastball. Why would I do that? So there you go. You see the slider. And once again, he's swinging out of his shoes. That's down in the dirt at 86. Again, I love this. I love Chicago, man. I love that they're actually giving you the pitch types inside of it. It's so good. But yeah, I mean, look, Galvis has showcased that he wants to swing the bat. He's 0-2 now. You know, he's trying to think. He's thinking to himself, it's a 1-1 game, 6th inning. I need to be the one to push in this run right now. Well, Cease is taking advantage of that, throwing 2 balls and gotten 2 strikes. I would be shocked if Cease intends to throw a pitch in the zone here. And that's a good take from Galvis. He knew he's not going to throw me heat now. He's going to throw a secondary pitch and recognize that quickly as a slider that would be breaking out, or at least had the faith that even though this pitch was right about at the top of the zone, maybe a little bit higher, that it's going to stay out of the zone through its entire movement. Good take from Galvis. So 1-2 now. Galvis might think he's earned a fastball, and if I'm Cease, you can take advantage of it. However, let's say you throw a slider down and in, and Galvis takes it. You're kind of setting yourself up for a fastball at 2-2. You only have 2 pitches to get back into. You kind of went after it for 2 pitches. Didn't work. You lose your confidence on it. It does set you up for a worse 2-2 pitch if that gamble doesn't work. However, if you throw a fastball, then you can maybe make him guess for the 2-2 pitch if you miss with that one. So that's kind of the thought process for this next one. I do believe that if you throw this up and out of the zone, Galvis will swing and likely miss. There it is. 4-seamer up and in, jammed Galvis, and because that wasn't away, Galvis swung through that. Well-deserved strikeout for Dylan Cease. So here we go. Same situation now. Now it's 1 out instead of 2 outs. But we have DJ Stewart. Likely is going to be a little bit aggressive. I would again be throwing something off speed or trying to throw that fastball up and in or up middle. Something that's just not obviously in the plate for him to slap to left field. He goes with the heater, misses too far up and in. That's all right. Kind of sets the tone for the at-bat. If you're going to miss up and in like this, it really can establish a couple things. DJ Stewart's looking a little bit away here as he's brushed back. It doesn't just normally take it. B, it does set up an eye level difference. Now you saw the pitch up. You can throw down. And C, change of velocity as well can be very, very good here. If Dylan Cease is feeling confident in that changeup, honestly, you can throw that down and away and probably get a swing and a miss. So he went for it. He tried to do it, and that floated. Man, it felt forever for that pitch to arrive. And that's 20-mile-per-hour difference. That's what that does. But that's kind of over 3 of Cease executing the pitch he wanted. Yes, he got 2 strikes in the previous ones, but it wasn't as he wanted. And this one, again, misses up. And I do feel that Cease has a weapon in this changeup, and I'll be monitoring this through the year. Hopefully he can be consistent with that changeup, keep that down, or at the very least do the Giolito and keep it up but in the zone. There is something nice about that changeup. I think that can be incredibly effective, especially when he has that 4-seamer working. And I will say, he's at 103 pitches now. Kind of surprising to see him let loose. Normally you'd think 103 pitches, 2-0 count. Like this could be his last batter. But here we are at 2-0. You're behind. Do you throw that 4-seamer and just make them beat you? I kind of feel that that's what Cease is going to do here. He's just got to get in the zone. And there it is, 95. Here it is. Go and hit it. It is blew straight past DJ Stewart. Yes, it is in the upper third of the zone, which is good. Better than down, which would allow Stewart, I think, to push it to the left field for a single. And Cease's fastball is not easy to hit. 95 up. Stewart swings right through it. You think good. You think a lot of confidence, essentially. You feel good in your stuff if you're Dylan Cease now. You probably throw another fastball. Oh, he went with the changeup. Oh, man, you can just feel it. You can feel, like, how long it takes to arrive at the plate. His foot is down so early. His foot's down. It's not here yet. He's doing everything he can to stay back. You know, his butt is out to try and buy more time. He's trying to keep his hands back. And he's so out in front, and he fouls it off. I love it. I love that Cease was able to throw a strike with that changeup. You know, he was over 3. Oh, well, I guess 1 for 3. It was just borderline on that first one. But wasn't really a confident changeup before. That's a really, really good pitch. I know it's right down the middle, but because he executed that, I mean, just because he got that as a strike and DJ Stewart was so ready for a fastball, that was a 20-mile-per-hour difference. Yes, middle, and good hitters would be able to stay back long enough to be able to, or at least have quick enough hands to get a barrel on it. But still, I think that worked well for Cease, and I'm happy with that performance of that pitch, regardless of the result. So 2-2 now. Do you have confidence in that slider? Can you do that? Because that should get DJ Stewart here. Oh, man. So, I mean, that's rarely going to be called as a strike. I know it's in the corner like that, but that's such a late break and just barely gets to it. You'll rarely get that strike call up and in. I love the fact that he went with the slider because DJ Stewart gave up on it completely. And it did come back, and if it's any better closer to the zone, and I know a lot of people are going to be upset because that's right on the corner. He should have gotten the call, but you rarely get that call. And if that is more in the zone, say around here, that is going to be called strike 3. There's no way Stewart's gonna pull the trigger on that. Ooh, I like the pitch call. Slightly better. Now, and also, if he executes that under the zone, Stewart is going to swing through it. So full count. Throw a fastball, man. Make him beat you. He went with a changeup. Oh, man. Oh, the guts to do that. Love it. Oh, I love it. Stewart is just thinking fastball completely here, and this is a really well executed one. It starts going about right here, outside corner, and falls down a bit. End of the bat. You got your out, Dylan Cease. Nicely done. Cool to see him rely on the changeup a good amount. Really rely on that difference of velocity. I do think the command is a little weird on it, but I mean, this is a big situation. Full count, first and second, 1 out, tie ball game, and he gets it. He gets that out. Oh, that's exciting. That's cool stuff from Dylan Cease. All right, here we are once again, first and second. Now it's 2 outs. You have Steve Wilkerson up. I would start with that fastball up and in against the lefty, right? That's pretty much what works. And you got first pitch slider. This is the pitch that he wanted to do against DJ Stewart in that 2-2 pitch. It probably would have worked for strike 3. Solid first pitch strike. I'll take it. Wilkerson wasn't looking for that. Got the slider, take all the way. Cool. Now you can set it up. You just land that slider here. You can then throw a fastball up here pretty effectively. Oh, no. He overthrew that slider. I don't know if I would have gone with that one. Maybe he's thinking, okay, he's just waiting for a fastball here, so we will not give that to him. But we didn't really see much of a... I mean, I guess so. A little bit more of a commitment to try and stay in on it. That's why the hands were so deep that he had to do the arm raise to get out. So I take that back. But yeah, not a well-executed slider. Maybe would have worked if it was over the plate. But now we're at 1-1. Have not given in on a fastball yet. Maybe it's the changeup. Oh, another slider. Oh, it's close to the plate, and Wilkerson just can't resist. He's eating him up. So Wilkerson is pretty much saying, yeah, I've been looking for a fastball. And that's 3 straight sliders and 2 strikes on it. Nice pitch there. That bites in. And normally we talk about sliders in the death zone down here. But this one is playing really with it up and in. You know, he's thinking this is a fastball he can turn on. And it just falls off. Look at that. So now, okay, so Wilkerson's only seen 3 sliders up and in. You probably could get him on a fastball slightly above as he's finally thinking, finally, I've got my pitch. And then just quite isn't. Nope, instead he goes with the slider one more time, and that's perfect. That is absolutely perfect. You know, I love this. Cease ignored my thought process as he should have. Pretty much saying, look, I'm throwing the slider. I've gotten you on 2 strikes on that already. You have to show me that you can beat me on it before I change my game plan. And that's the best slider he threw this entire inning. Perfect in that death zone. So hard to resist. And what a great way to end this fantastic start. I mean, this is just straight on a line, straight down. Looks like it's going to be called strike 3. You can't say no. And it just keeps going down. One more time. Gorgeous. Oh. So beautiful. And that's it. That's how Dylan Cease got it. That's how Dylan Cease dominated the Orioles yesterday through excellent sliders. Had more confidence in that changeup when he needed it in the 6th inning. And had a fastball he was commanding up in the zone effectively. I hope this sticks. I hope that slider command is still there. I hope that fastball command is still there. And I hope that changeup keeps developing because that 20-mile-per-hour gap is unbelievably good. But yeah, exciting times for Dylan Cease as he took down the Orioles yesterday. And I hope for more of this to come. But that's going to do it for today's pitcher video breakdown. As always, you can watch me live on Twitch as I recorded these, twitch.tv/pitcherlist. And you can read all my articles on the site at pitcherlist.com. But that's going to do it for today. So as always, may your BABIPs be low and your strikeouts high.